Hello, Taurus. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to this reading for month of March 2019. This is a reading for Taurus Energy, and I'm an energy intuitive, which means that I feel into the reading and pick out the spiritual messages. I pick up the spiritual messages and the deeper meanings. I have a Scorpio moon placement and a lot of planets in Pisces, so I can't really help but to do deeper readings. My readings are not traditionally predictive, as in monthly forecasts. That's why I do them over the month. So for those of you who are new, messages will come for your sign. And you have the devil that just popped out in reverse. Messages will come when they come. So that's basically how I do my readings. I will have to pause the video periodically because where I live there's a lot of outside noise, which I don't want in the reading, so that's why I'm pausing sometimes. I've also been urged or guided to use different decks than I normally use because the energy is kind of deep and intense, and it's about serious things, but for some reason in this Pisces energy, I just really feel like I need to balance it out with light cards. So that's why I'm using the After Tarot deck and the Chrysalis Tarot deck, which are both really light, vibrational kind of cards. The After Tarot is sort of cartoony, and the Chrysalis Tarot is by an artist named Holly Sierra. And explores the spiritual journey of self-discovery and transformation that leads to higher consciousness, which is what I'm all about. So that's why I use the Chrysalis Tarot. So you have the Devil, Taurus, in reverse. I feel like you are in an ongoing struggle with codependency on something or someone. So this is really looking into the dark side of things for you, Taurus, with the Devil coming straight out as your first card. So in this deck, it shows that two people are actually laying together. They're not shown in a traditional sense of being chained and they're standing up. This is like a lot of stuff going on around them that's really not very good because of their connection. So this is someone that's in your life or has been in your life. The fact that it came out in reverse, I feel that you have either detached yourself from this or you've overcome some kind of toxic environment, toxic workplace, toxic partnership, something like that. Next card is the Four of Pentacles, and it has the Grim Reaper in this card. So this is because of an energy of holding on to something. There was an ending. It's referring to the need for transformation. The Four of Pentacles, it's either you expand, you use the energy of the Four of Pentacles to expand in a financial sense or physical sense, or you use the Four of Pentacles energy to hold yourself back. Either way, it's a card of change, because on the negative side of the Four of Pentacles, so with the Devil energy is an energy where it's it is a creative energy. It creates destruction, or it creates life. It fertilizes things. It's like if you think of the devil card as horse manure, it either stinks your whole house out or your whole life out, or it creates new growth. It's just how you think about it with the devil energy. So if you're feeding this energy with thoughts like the Four of Pentacles, which is holding on to something, out of anger, out of frustration, out of any kind of negative energy whatsoever, then you've got a pile of horse manure in your life. If you are thinking about this Four of Pentacles energy in a way that is expansion, then you've got new life. You've got new sprouts growing up. That's what it's saying here. I feel that because the devil energy is in reverse, that you have recently put an end to a situation that was horse manure, and it's now growing new things for you because of that mental shift. Like that. It's like that symbol of, there's a card in here where it's the Ace of Coin, and it has the symbol of a scarab, which is the whole thing about the Ace of Pentacles in a lot of different tarot cards is that you turn shit into something that is actually an opportunity. So that blessing in disguise kind of energy, or just when you change the way you think about something, you change the reality. And I'm laughing because I can't not feel this positive energy that's come in recently. It's playful energy, and it's the reason why I'm using different cards, because if I was using my other cards, it would have been really intense and serious. Even though it's an intense and serious subject, it's like balancing it out, balancing the energy. So you have come into a change. There's been changes. After removing the toxic energy, and you have a new love for something. So you have a new love for something coming up. It's incoming energy, this Ace of Cups, but it's also in the past. So it's telling me that it's not a new love. It is something that you love to do, or it is something that is within you. You have the Knight of Swords, which is it's underneath the devil energy. And it shows someone who is coming in and unfairly attacking another person because clearly their positions are not equal. I feel like someone came in and really threw you off guard with something that was said in the past. And it's the words that you may have held on to. So your focus card is the Six of Swords, and this is you are moving into a more positive energy this month in March, and it's like you are you have an energy. This has an energy of respite. It's like energetically you might be following something that makes you feel good, following an intuitive instinct or something like that makes you feel good. because you're going to be arriving at a destination where others have gone before, and maybe you know these people, maybe not, but you're following in someone's footsteps who is going into a more positive energy. And you are carrying these 4 swords. There's a lot of contemplative, meditative, rest energy. You have the world in reverse. So this is an unfinished cycle, something that has yet to complete. You're moving into a positive energy because this is part of the where you are right now. You are almost at the end of a period in life where there's something important about this Knight of Swords, this Devil, and the lesson of you holding on to something that was said, or you saying something negative, communication. It's like someone comes in and just stabs his sword right in your face and really knocks you off your feet. You don't even have your guard thing, whatever that's called, shield. You don't have your shield. And this person knew that, so they attacked you when you were vulnerable. And this could be most likely in distant past, because it's in the past position, but it's also in the present, which means that it's probably an ingrained memory in your physical body. So that's why the need for this 6 of Swords, which is rest and a peaceful journey into healing, and to finish a cycle in your life. Whoever the other person is a real piece of shit. Sorry, but if nobody has told you that, I'm telling you that. This is someone who was really, really toxic. And it looks like a masculine energy. They have a higher position. They take advantage of a higher position. Temperance. Temperance is about consciously creating a new energy out of different elements. So it's talking about, the release of the bird, symbolizing the release of thought, air, and the water, symbolizing emotion. You've been at odds in a situation here, emotionally and mentally, in the past because of a toxic situation. And this is about coming into a balance with your emotions and your mental thought. So whatever this situation was, it really had you in a period of time where you were really at odds with yourself emotionally and mentally. You may have felt an emotional attachment to someone who was toxic, so that creates a really big imbalance in a person. That's why this message of getting rid of toxic energy, toxic environments, toxic people, purging all of that this month is a strong message for the Pisces energy, because we are ending the astrological year and starting again with Aries. So at the core of this reading, you have a journey. It's depicting a journey that you're taking this month, and at the base of this reading, it is the Death card, which is a transformation. So I'm going to start to clarify these cards with the Chrysalis deck. And I'll start with the core, the Six of Swords. The Six of Swords and the Seven of Mirrors. So there is some confusion here about where you're going. You don't really have a clear indication of where you're going, but it's saying that you don't need to, because it's an energetic thing. It's more of an energetic thing. The important thing is to distance yourself from the toxic energy and put up boundaries, because during this journey, Six of Scrolls, there is a serenity. The elephant is a really serene animal and remembers everything. The message of the elephant and the fairy here, they are having a moment, and fairy is the fairy is offering the elephant consolation, because the elephant carries memories of painful memories in those scrolls. And this divine energy, whatever it is that you connect to, the other realms, whatever you connect to, is there is a connection there. So it's saying it's a different take on the Six of Swords, where the Six of Swords traditionally shows moving into really calm, peaceful waters. This take on the Six of Swords is like a relationship between yourself and the divine, the other realms, and an acknowledgement from those other realms, encouragement from the other realms, whatever it is you connect to, if you know what I mean. So it's like a consolation, a consoling, comforting kind of energy here, and a reaffirmation that you're on the right track, you're on the right path. Also with the Seven of Mirrors, this coupled with that card, to me, you can be in toxic relationships and toxic situations, and they can really mirror things to you that you have needed to change about yourself, or they can mirror things to you that are wounds from the deep past life wounds, early childhood wounds. So in a way, these toxic relationships are really useful to mirror things back to us. But it gets to a point after so many years of toxicity where the mirrors start to crack, and she becomes confused about who she really is, forgets who she really is. So I feel like it's saying to remember. Remembering who you are is also going to bring up memories of pain, of what made you who you are, what led you into toxic situations, all of that kind of stuff. But with the what she's doing here is weaving something. She's creating something, creating her destiny. And I feel like it's saying the message here is to finish this cycle, Taurus. You have to make sure that you're not still looking in the mirror of this toxic person or this toxic relationship, because the lesson has been learned. It is about purification now and taking away those mirrors that have given you reflections of your pain from the past, early childhood, and the danger in having toxic people around you is that they can say things and do things that create a repeat in history and continue the cycle. So a lot of people don't get out of toxic situations, they continue the cycle, and it's saying that you are finishing the cycle. Also, what this card tells me is that the things that were said by this person were designed to make you have an inaccurate reflection of who you are, an inaccurate opinion and thought process of who you actually are. Because toxic people, toxic situations, they are self-trapping. They are trapping. It's a prison. And I feel like you are moving out of that prison of toxicity. This could be really intense for some people, like being married to someone really toxic, or it could be a situation where you're just like me, you're living in a place where there's too much toxic neighbors and toxic energy and toxic noise to the work that I'm trying to do here. So there's varying levels of toxicity. So I'm going to clarify a couple more cards, and then I'll do some oracles. Let's look at the death card, see what the transformation is. The Weaver, the Queen of Scrolls, the Queen of Swords. So it's a transformation in how you think. And changing how you think changes what you create. And I do feel like you are going to struggle with this toxic energy here. It's going to be a struggle to get away from it, because underneath that you have this 8 of Wands, 7 of Swords energy. I feel like these are messages that are designed to keep you tied to something. So someone may send you messages from this toxic situation, whatever it is, and they are really determined. But I feel like you're going to be walking away from this. It's walking away from someone. Page of Wands is walking away. For a new beginning, a new start towards his happiness, his 10 of Cups. I just feel that it's telling me that you are really ready for different mental energy, and it is a transformative message of you ending a cycle of how you think about a certain situation. So let's look at the Tower. The Tower energy. Why is the Tower here for Taurus? The Star. So the Star is about healing, and there are horses that appear to be bucking in space, and she's holding a star. Wild horses. Something comes in this month. I don't know whether it's an actual event or an epiphany, where it comes in suddenly, and it's like this, like a wild horse bucking. Because I feel like it may be a realization. It's the star, it's Aquarius energy. Aquarius is like enlightened kind of thinking, and it is a shift and transformation in the air, in the element of air for you. In this reading, I feel like I want to laugh and I want to cry at the same time. I feel like there's so much passion here, because whatever this Ace of Cups is, you're really passionate about it. You love this thing, whatever it is. I don't feel like it's a person. This Ace of Cups. What is this Ace of Cups? The Ace of Cups is the devil. I feel that is the key to you ending a cycle of toxicity. Is you falling in love with both sides of you, the dark and the light. And let's look at the Nine of Pentacles, the Watcher, the Queen of Mirrors, Queen of Cups. So this is about your emotions, and your wisdom, your intuition. There is going to be something this month in Pisces where you will be intuitively connecting with your gifts and your abilities again. Right after this epiphany, this tower moment, and I feel like this is I do feel like it's more of a thought thing. So something that makes you react like a horse does when they are upset with something. They can't handle a situation. It's too much, and they start to run together. They all run together. I'm going to pull a flower card for you before this gets too deep and cryptic, and then a oracle, and then forget-me-nots, eternal memories. The best things in life are the people you've loved, the places you've seen, and the memories you've made along the way. And that will always be with you. Even the people that you've loved that have treated you badly. It is nothing to be ashamed of by loving someone who's treated you badly. It's a reflection of your heart. It's not a reflection that you are someone who is has problems because you loved someone that was toxic. I feel like that's where you have been at odds with yourself. And this month is about bringing those two things together, the dark and the light. Dark side of you, the light side of you. It's like a momentum, whatever is this event here, words, argument, something. I feel like something sparks off something within you, dark side, your dark side, and you could create this tower moment yourself, and that sets you into motion, into a new direction, a new new energy. So what's a crystal mandala energy for Taurus? Sacred ecosystem. That is what you are. You're a sacred ecosystem with the dark and the light, the elements of who you are that make up who you are. And it is moss agate. So if you're into crystals, which I know some of you are, moss agate. So moss agate is actually, metaphysically, agate has a lower intensity and vibrates to a slower frequency than other stones, but is highly regarded as a stabilizing and strengthening influence. Agate is excellent for balancing emotional, physical, and intellectual energy, and in harmonizing yin and yang, the positive and negative forces of the universe. So this is a confirmation that this month, I feel that you will be rediscovering innate knowledge that you have always had about yourself. Nine of Pentacles and the Queen of Cups. This is talking about your emotions and your intuition, especially your intuition, because it shows the owl and the moon. And this intuitive energy that you may be diving into this month is, I feel, about the balance between these elements within you, the duality within you. Moss agate encourages the spiritualization of one's life in all aspects, helping to overcome negative behaviors which may be karmic attachments from past lives, and to find the will to replace these patterns with the divine blueprint of one's higher self. It is steadfast energy holds these aspirations into view until manifestation can take place. It raises awareness and links into collective consciousness of the oneness of life. So that was a lot of spiritual talk. I get carried away with that kind of thing sometimes, but what it's saying is that you have a dark side, and this dark side can create a lot of destruction, and the purpose of that destruction is for cleansing your environment. That I feel like this is kind of how you cleanse your environment, is you destroy things with words. So you may have been in a situation where you rip another person apart with your words because they are a toxic influence to you. And I feel like this may be happening this month or has happened, and you get stuck between your your light and your destructive side, your creative and your destructive side. So I feel like it's about this month about you in your own sacred ecosystem, ending a cycle of this destructive pattern of communication with someone, or destructive behaviors, or something that's destructive to you. That it comes from your dark side. So, and it also is talking about not being ashamed of that dark side. And actually, it's talking about you falling in love with all of the elements of who you are. So I'm going to leave it there, but I'm sending you love, Taurus, and thank you so much for watching, and have a fabulous March.